what do you think? You know, when you meet a girl, say she passes some of these flags here, how can you tell the difference between lust, the honeymoon phase, and real? What are some markers?
Oh yeah.
Because that's
Yeah, that's a
a
good
tough
question.
one.
Yeah, if you want to see what a woman's really made of in a relationship, watch how she handles difficulties in your, like, let's say you get sick, right? You get COVID or, some like really bad cold or flu. Does she take care of you? Does she make you some soup? Does she expose her immune system to risk to be around you to look after you, sort of thing, right? Because your boys won't do it, you know. That's what a good woman will do. Like if you got a good woman in your life, there's something going on with your family, maybe one of them becomes sick, she offers to take care of them, offers to do things, cook for them, stuff like that. That's when you'll see what a woman's really made of.
But that would be after the honeymoon phase. That would be
Yeah, that
six
would be
months
after
in.
that's after the where do we stand phase, and you've dated for a while. Like that's when she'll really show her true colors. But it's been said that women can act, or you date the representative for as long as a year and a half, maybe up to 2 years. But women have a difficult time acting or being a representative of something that they're not beyond that. So, guys that rush into a marriage in like 3 months or something like that,
Doomed.
probably not the best idea,
Yeah.
because you're only going to see what she's made of during difficult time. Like when you travel and her luggage gets lost, does she have a complete meltdown and lose her shit at the attendant, at the counter, sort of thing? Or does she say, no problem, we'll get it later, let's go to the store and get some stuff, right?
Yeah. I've heard that many times. A representative. I just lost. I lost two like very expensive bags of stuff. What 3 4 months ago, and the girl I was with is flipping out. I'm just like, okay, it happens. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
what are you gonna do? But I'm very calm with things like that. What are you gonna say?
One
yeah.
thing, Rich, too. I can't say I have this problem, thank God, but there's women out there now, and this will probably get taken the wrong way by someone that don't know how to cook at all, and
Yeah.
it's either order out every day or guys cooking or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But like, I think that's a great thing, a woman who can cook.
I love a woman with culinary skills. I mean, one of the reasons why I chose my girlfriend was because she's a great cook. Um, some people don't like that. They don't care. They say, "Oh, I can cook for myself." Or you get these guys who are like, "Well, I prefer cooking. I'd rather cook for her," sort of thing. It's like, okay, fine. Like, I don't care how you want to structure your life, but I value a woman that comes to my house with bags of groceries and prepares a delicious, nutritious, and healthy meal for me. Like, to me, that's a woman. Like
Yeah.
that's a chick that I want to spend more time with, sort of thing. So, you know, I guess you got to get clear on your priorities. I got another friend of mine that likes cooking. Like he absolutely loves meal prep, cooking, the presentation. Like that's his jam, and he doesn't care if a woman can cook, right? So everybody's got their preferences, but I think traditionally speaking, most guys value women that know how to cook.
Well, going through all the stuff that we're going through, we're talking about cooking, we're talking about all this different stuff. I guess my question to you is there the perfect woman out there?
Everybody's going to have their own version of the perfect woman. I mean, you ask 20 guys, you'll get 20 different answers. There's soy boy beta males out there that love Joe Biden and wear like I love Joe Biden t-shirts. That would tell you I like morbidly obese women with short purple hair and tattoos all over their body, right? Like
Yeah.
like that's their ideal woman, that play video games and have an OnlyFan, right?
Yeah.
Like you're going to get different answers from different guys. Typically speaking, guys like me, the guys that roll in my circles, the guys that are entrepreneurs, the guys that are making bank, that are cool to hang out with, that do fun stuff, we've got very similar tastes. And I don't think that that's a coincidence. I think that that's what men that are doing something with their life generally gravitate towards: feminine women, right? Strong, masculine, virtuous men gravitate towards feminine beauties that complement their lives and are just fun and pleasant to be around.
Oh, I guess what I'm saying is for a woman, for guys that roll in your group. Well, if let's say there's 10, there's a checklist of 10. I know you have 20 there, but say 10.
Yeah.
Are you
Mm-hmm.
gonna look for every single one? Meaning, will they meet every single part of that checklist, or you might deal with 9, and okay,
Yeah.
that one's okay not to have on there.
Yeah. So I think you can have it all, but you can't have it all at the same time with the same gal, right? You might get it all within 2 or 3 girls, sort of thing. Like, Becky ticks off 9 out of 10, and then Rachel ticks off like the other one for you, sort of thing. Like that's potentially possible. But I mean, men and women have different checklists, don't they? Like when you ask a woman what their checklist is, it's pretty long. It's pretty
Jeez.
extensive,
We'll be
especially
there
when
for
they sit
the
down with their committee. He's got to
with
be
their
this, he's got to
committees.
be that, he's got to be
I
this, he's
love
got to be
that.
that, he's got to. Da, 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 da. It's like, holy shit! Like, where are you going to find this guy? Guys, like most guys' checklists are, is she sexually available?
Yeah.
That's it's not very complicated for most guys. Now, that was my checklist when I was younger too. Now it's okay, that's not a big deal anymore. I figured that part out. It's easy to, satiate that, but is she a compliment to my life? Can she cook? Does she have culinary skills? Is she pleasant? Does she have a low to no notch count? Right. She doesn't have like a zoo in her house. You ever date these gals that have like 15 animals in their house?
Oh
And you
yeah.
walk through the front door and all you smell is urine, right? Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of deal breakers for a lot of guys. So again, like for most guys, it just boils down to, is she pretty and is she sexually available? We don't really care about their jobs. I don't care if a chick makes $40,000 a year or $400,000 a year. In fact, the girl that makes $400,000 a year, she doesn't share her pot of gold with me anyway. It's not like she's going to be buying me shit because women don't do that. So, like, what difference does it make? She's probably going to be more bossy and more disagreeable than the $40,000 a year girl, right? So, a lot of these things are moving targets. Like, this is a big puzzle with 100, maybe it's 100 pieces for some guys. For other guys, it might be 1,000 pieces. It's just a big puzzle with a bunch of different pieces, and you got to decide what's right for you.
I don't know if you've been on it, but if you haven't been on it or you haven't had him on, you should have Patrick McDavid on
Yeah.
Valuetainment. We had him on, and this will always stick out with me forever. He said, when I was dating girls, I was in Vegas, going out, blah, blah, blah. And he would say, look, I like you, but you're never going to be the mother to my kids. And if you don't like that,
Yeah.
basically kick rocks.
Yeah.
If he finds the woman that he likes, that he wants to marry, before they marry, they want to go to a psychiatrist or therapist.
Mhm.
So he walks into the therapist, and they pay, okay, blah blah blah. He says to the therapist, "How long have you been married?" Therapist says, 30 years. Pat says, what is the most important thing that kept you guys, married for 30 years? Or what is the most important thing or your favorite time of being married? And the therapist goes, well, we have dinner every night at 6 o'clock. Pat goes, here's your 200 and walks out the door, right? The wife is saying, what did I do wrong? And Pat is like, no, nothing. I'm never going to be home at 6 p.m. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm trying to take over the world. I'm never going to be home at 6 p.m. And I thought that was admirable. And it goes along with a lot that you say as well, that you just be upfront. I'm not going to be at home at 6. I'm trying to do a lot of things. And if that's the kind of guy you're looking for, yeah.
Yeah, and it takes a special kind of woman to like bend the knee and yield to a strong man's frame like that. Like, PBD is he's a very strong character, and not all women, especially the party girls from Vegas, maybe the ones that he was dating before, would be a good fit for him in a long-term relationship, right? So again, like what you're doing as a guy in your 20s, when you're in your party, time, or even early 30s, hanging out, going to Vegas, doing a visa, film Canada, this, that, and the other thing, 12 hours a night, you start meeting all these women. And if you start thinking about children, sort of thing, or like, am I going to put some babies in her? Then you want to find the right kind of gal for that, right? And I think one of the most important predictors is, one, does she enter your frame and complement your life? And two, is she pure? Like, I don't want to put babies in a woman that's been with 50 guys. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Right. Like 50 other guys have been there. Like, when you think about that, guys get repulsed by that, but women generally don't. They're like, oh, he's got some experience. Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or other women have chosen him. Good. Right. Because women like pre-selection too. Right. Like, they want to be with guys that other women like.
Or nowadays, the guy is like, well, that was her past, and I have her now. But to me, I agree with you. I'm like, I don't care if that's her past or not. 50 guys have been up in that. Okay, if you want to play around, fine. But
yeah,
to have my kid then pop out of you too. I mean, I don't know.
She's been. She's been with 50 guys. She's been with, 50 different, she's got 50 different pieces of luggage with her, from that,
yeah,
from that past.
Going back to that.
You don't want to deal with that.
Hell no.
I really hope you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full-length podcast, you can find that over here, that clip's from. If you're newer to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe over here, and pin down below in the top comment, you'll find a bunch of useful links to my website, my supplement line, books, and a bunch of other stuff. Have an amazing day. Peace out.